Well, I realized when I stopped that video that it was at 32 minutes, but I think that there's some like fluff in the beginning, so maybe it's only 20 some minutes, but damn, my bad, guys. I'm just a chatterbox, but I love the conversations we're having. So this is a very short, the abundant mindset is very short, 1, 2, 3 pages. So it's not going to be as long. So let's get right into it. Again, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching the stuff that we've been creating. So this is the second part of the day, second video for the day. And it's, again, talking about the creative act, the way of being by Rick Rubin. I split these videos up. So if you haven't seen the one before, it's called the completion chapter, which was a really great one, getting ourselves to be out of the completion phase. So if you're coming straight over from that video, thank you so much. If you haven't watched that, go back and check that one out. I split these two up because they're just really great ideas. And I think we as creators put ourselves into horrible situations where we don't release work because we're overthinking. And this is something that like I needed so much today. I needed these thoughts today because I've been in this weird funk of creative, like not maybe creative emptiness, but like not knowing and like searching and opening my mind up to want the creative energy to come back into me. And I haven't felt lost. I just felt like I'm just like living. You know, I'm enjoying life. I'm enjoying my family. I'm taking photos of them, and I'm paying attention to my photos, and I'm really giving energy to my photos. So that's what I've been focused on, passionate. But in terms of creating video and creating for other things, or like searching for like the energy to create for my movie, or searching for the energy to create for the next big project I have, I just been like, I don't know. People have been requesting work, and I'm like, no, fuck that. No, fuck that. I don't want to do that. Nope. I don't care. Don't matter how big the budget is. I'm just like, whatever, you know. So I'm trying to get myself to snap out of that. And the abundant mindset, this chapter is so great. So I'm gonna first, man, look at this. I just like highlighted the hell out of this. So I'm gonna read all this highlighted stuff first. In the abundant mindset, the river never runs dry. Ideas are always coming through, and an artist is free to release them with the faith that more will arrive. If we live in the mindset of scarcity, we hoard great ideas. You know, he references a comedian. So he goes, a comedian may be presented with a perfect opportunity to tell a favorite new joke they've written, but instead will hold it back, waiting for a more high-profile occasion. When we use our material, new content comes through, and the more we share it, the more our skills improve. Choosing to live in scarcity leads to stagnation. If we work on one project forever, we never get to make another. The fear of drought and the impulse of perfectionism prevent us from moving on and block the river's flow. Each mindset evokes a universal rule. Whatever we concentrate on, we get. I'll say it again. Each mindset evokes a universal rule. Whatever we concentrate on, we get. Whatever we concentrate on, we get. Whatever we concentrate on, we get. We get. If the mind creates a world that is limited, where we think we don't have enough for worthwhile ideas or material, we will not see the inspiration the universe is providing. I'll say it again. If the mind creates a world that is limited, where we think we don't have enough worthwhile ideas or material, we will not see the inspiration the universe is providing. These are like affirmations we should be saying in the fucking morning, you know. And the river runs slow. When there are so many ideas So before I move on to like what he talks about in the abundant mindset, he's directly speaking on the scarcity mindset, which I can full-heartedly say that I've had thoughts of like that before. Oh, my next video is not going to be as great, or like, man, I'm not inspired by this. I don't have passion for this, or I'm saying, and I'm unknowingly saying things that are directly going to be brought to me because I'm speaking them out loud. And they always say that, like, man, I work so hard on everything. Right now it's my family. If I don't focus on my family, I will overlook them and I will not appreciate them as much as I need to be appreciating them. My wife, especially my daughter. And I don't want that. So my mind has been focused on, I need to be present with them. I need to spend time with them. F the work right now. They don't matter. The work doesn't matter right now. And in the end, the work doesn't matter. If the world is ending, I'm not sitting there thinking, God damn it, I can't shoot another music video right now. Holy shit, I didn't get enough views on that. I'm not even going to think that. I'm going to think, where the hell are my parents? Where is my family? Where are my friends? Where's my wife? Where's my daughter? I'm gonna think all about that. And the first people are going to think about is my wife and my daughter. Where the hell are they? Oh my God. So going back to what he's directly relating to, which is the scarcity mindset of ideas, it's the same thing. If we start creating that energy and being afraid to create because we don't think we're going to come up with more ideas, or, we don't think we'll have enough in us to do it, then we're going to start attracting that. So he suggests then the abundant world, where we have a greater capacity to complete and release our work. When there are so many ideas available and so much great art to make, we are compelled to engage, let go, and move forward. If there is only one work to do and we intend to retire when it's done, there is no impetus to finish. I think I said that right. If each piece is approached to our life's defining work, we revise over and overwrite endlessly, aiming for the unrealistic ideal of perfection. So we're like, if every time we're looking at our work, like this is our life's work, is going to define us. That's why he keeps repeating that throughout the whole book, like trying to get us to not view our work as a life-defining moment, but more as it's just work. It's just, this is a part of your journey. You're going to make this, and then you're going to make another thing, and you're going to make another thing, and then make another thing, and all the things you make are going to be what defines you. So to not really hold that unrealistic idea of perfection is an amazing tip. Which every single person will, I'm just a perfectionist. Oh, blase blah, it's gotta be perfect. Like, I don't think I've ever said that I think I've released that word of I'm a perfectionist a long time ago, but I definitely still hear people say it. And I know Gary Vee always I love it when Gary Vee has like content that he puts up and the people are always like, I'm a perfectionist. I gotta do this. It's like, no, you're not. Like, I think there's a difference between being passionate for sure, and wanting something to be really good, and someone that thinks that perfectionism is a real thing and that you can actually be perfect at some point. Man, I worked so hard on this last piece I did with Eric Fisher, and there's still things like I would have done differently, but I learned that, holy shit, I step back and look at it, I'm like, wow, I really love the way we lit this. I love the way we approached this. I love that there's intention in every frame. I love that we tried something new. I love that I stepped out of my comfort zone and shot this myself and lit with a very small crew with very little lighting. I love that I used my own camera. I didn't go out and try to say we needed a camera. I love that I had local people helping me. I loved that I got to work with a great hairstylist and my cousin, and I love that I got to work with my sister and all sorts of things about the project. I sat back and thought, okay, that's what I love, and this is a stepping stone. Even if it's not what I was truly hoping that I could provide and be like this world changing piece, you know, like that I had to tell myself to like, no, this is like, don't stop telling yourself that it has to be like that. And that's the same for every music video I've done recently. I'm not sitting there thinking like, oh shit, like this is not as good as Bop. Like so many people know me and my work and Real Goat's work from Bop, and they always say, oh, I love Bop, but they don't say any other video. So there's always this like thing that goes in my head, like, oh my God, I've made so many other videos that are like, in my opinion, stronger than that. And it always frustrates me. So, but you know, hey, I got a fucking mountain behind me. By the way, let's see here. Shit, I didn't mean to do that. 1 second. I would just try and go back to our Real Ghost page. So yeah, it's not a defining work. It's not defining you. I love that. It's like it's like a strong reminder when I'm reading. I'm like, yes. Just take this and put it in front of you and just remind yourself every day that when you approach your work, this is not defining you. This is not defining you. Just give your energy, create, and have fun, and that's what it's about. Creating, having fun, moving on. He talks about musicians and their albums. He goes, yet an album is only a diary entry of a moment of time, a snapshot reflection of the artist for that period. And no one diary entry is our life story. Our life's work is far greater than any individual container. He goes on to say, your old work isn't better than your new work, and your new work isn't better than your old. There will be highs and lows throughout your entire life. To assume there was a golden period and your past is the only true if you accept the premise. I'll say that last part again. To assume there was a golden period and your past is only true if you accept the premise. Putting your best effort in each moment, in each chapter, is all we can ever hope to accomplish. So again, that just like that one paragraph is probably like the hardest hitting thing to as a creator to pay attention to. Your old work isn't better than your new work, and your new work isn't better than your old. There will be highs and lows throughout an artist's life. To assume that there was a golden period and your past, it is only true if you... Oh, okay. So I messed that up. To assume there was a golden period and you are past, it is only true if you accept that premise. So if there was some golden period and you're like, damn, that was it, that was my time, it's true only if we believe that, right? Only if we believe that was the time for us. Like, oh my God. It's like a high schooler football player be like, damn, yep, those are the good old days. My senior state champs, that was when I was my best, you know? I don't know why I was a hick there. But, and it's the same, like that album's never going to be good as this one, or this album's never going to be good as that for an artist. You know, as long as we put our effort, and he goes, that saying of as long as we put in our best effort, we try hard, we pay attention, and we're present, and when we're creating, it will be what it's supposed to be. And that's all we can actually ask for. If we're unmotivated, motivation is a thing, discipline is actually realer. But if we're not disciplined enough to focus while we're creating, if we're allowing external X forces to change how we're creating, then of course it's not going to be as good as it possibly can. But if we really try hard, and in that trying we still struggle, it doesn't fucking matter. We tried. We paid attention. If you're going through so much bullshit and then you still suck, it's okay because you tried to overcome that, right? While like if you're sick, or if you're mentally fucked up, or if you just went through some shit and you're overcoming it to create, and you're pushing yourself, that's all you could really do. I fucking love that, you know? I fucking love your old work isn't better than your new work, and your new work isn't better than your old. I fucking love that. So, the last thing he says, with each chapter we make, we gain experience, we improve on our craft, and we're an inch closer to who we are. And again, I finally have felt that feeling more in this last year than any other time, because I think I'm now 40, so I've been doing this for 12 years, and professionally have done it for the last 5. And when I hit the professional, meaning industry, working with labels, people know who I am professionally, not to say I wasn't professional before, but I wasn't probably doing it to the level of what I'm doing it now. And I have opportunities, and I believe in myself more than ever. I think knowing that like it's okay to take your time. I finally have gotten to that place. It's okay to take my time. It's okay to answer the phone when I want to. It's okay to get back to people when I want to. It's okay to not what other people want. It's okay to do it at my pace. It's okay to create at my own pace. If I don't like a project, I don't gotta do it. If I love the project and it's not what other people love, I could still do it. If people don't understand, who cares? My family's more important than my work. Whenever I create, if it's not as good as it needs to be, who cares? Just release it. Doesn't matter about the likes, doesn't matter about the comments, it doesn't matter about how many views. And those are things that I have to continue to remind myself all the time. And I'm in a better place to control those mental chatter things because of things like this, working on myself mentally, through reading, through observations, to listening to myself, to being aware, to pulling myself out of self-doubt, out of fear. And those things, bro, I'm 40. I've had so many moments where I'm super confident and then I go back to doubting. This is like an endless thing that happens to you as a creator. I don't think it ever goes away. I think you just get more confident, more like skilled at what you do, but you still are going to have doubts and fears when you're doing something you've never done before. So if you keep having doubts and fears, it's because you're doing things you haven't done, and you start that process over again. You're like literally like learning again, and that's always a scary thing to do. So yeah, like it's probably good that if you have doubts and fears, because you're doing something that you're not familiar with, and that's usually where it creeps in. The things that we can't. It's okay to have doubts and fears. It's not okay to let it stop us. That's what they say. That's what I believe as well. That's what they say. Who's they? That's what great minds think. I think that all the suggestions that people that I follow, that's the they. People that I follow, people that I listen to in terms of motivation. And so I know, and I'm not just saying they say it. I definitely believe the same thing. I look back at the times that I was afraid, in the moments that I was afraid, and I always silence the chatter somehow. I don't know how I do it. I just realize, okay, that's bullshit, blah, 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 move on. Or I have to literally tell myself, stop being whatever, like stop doubting that, like you know what you're doing, and just like try something. And if you try it and you mess up, you'll learn from that. And so, yeah, like it's just a never ending process, bro. Like, this is why you read. This is why you communicate. This is why you express the feelings. You can't keep it inside or it just eats you up. So I'm not afraid to say that I'm afraid. I'm not afraid to say I don't know. I'm not afraid to say that I have doubts or fears, because it's a real thing. And it feels better to say that than to be a con or be someone that like acts like they're not. You're not human if you don't have that. And I think if you say you don't, you're lying first, because everybody's got them some fashion. So yeah, but yeah, thank you so much for paying attention to this chapter. Again, watching again. Make sure you thank you for watching till tomorrow. make sure you remind yourself that to create that abundant mindset, that abundant world, where you can keep feeding great ideas, and more ideas will keep coming to you no matter what. If you're in a weird stage, just release content, do something different to switch it up, and you'll start working that muscle. So get out and shoot. Till next time, follow Real Goats. Rico did it. I am Spicy at Shaq Gonzo, Probandy Truth, and stay tuned. We got so much stuff coming, and this is just a part of it, part of the journey, man. All right. We got so much stuff coming.